Hello everybody, this is Adrian, otherwise known as EvilEldrin, and welcome to my Dark Souls 2 New Game Plus Sorcerer playthrough. So, unlike other videos on the internet, this is not a walkthrough, it's a playthrough. I'll definitely be referring throughout the video who to talk to in regards to walkthroughs specifically, which is who I learnt from. I'm not a master at the game, I'm not going to assume or take that kind of title or anything like that, but I can play the game as a sorcerer. On New Game Plus it's basically to show you how the world changes, and to just play the game, sit back, enjoy it, and watch me die. So, first thing I want to show you is my player status. Level 2 37, Attunement's 99, Int is 99, Faith 51. So basically we've got 10 casting slots, 3, 7, 3 for casting speed, and all the bonus damages. So I started off by showing you my weapons, but I actually wanted to show you my spells. Obviously when you play the game a couple of times, you'll end up doubling up on your spells. So I used Soul Arrow, which is actually very powerful, the greater heavy Soul Arrows. I only had Homing Crystal Mass in here just because I was messing around with it before the end of the last game. Soul Spear is really nice, along with Greater Lightning Spear. Found out those two are actually very powerful. Another one of my favourite ones is actually Dark Orb, but we'll touch on that later. So moving on to my weapons, I'm using the Magic Staff of Wisdom +5 with Magic bonus, the Lightning Dragon Charm +5 with the Lightning bonus you get from Macduff's Workshop, the Best Offhand for the Binoculars for a Sorcerer, the Clanthry Ring +1, which is a Stamina regen, which is really nice, the Stone Ring breaks Poise, the Blue Stone Ring +2 actually increase your casting speed. For the +2 I believe it did it for about 130-140 points, which is actually really powerful. The Convetus Silver Serpent Ring +2 increases souls. It increases your soul count when you kill. So going through my caps, Hexahood increases the number of casts for each spell, which is why I've got like 84 or 42, for everything, for mainly my soul arrows and that. And of course wearing the Lion Mage clothes to increase your casting speed. This was some equipment I picked up off an NPC at the end of the last game. Before I finished, I actually ended up killing an NPC, and we'll see him later, so I'll tell you who it is. Basically, all his gear, he's got his cap, here we are, so his robes, his cufflinks, and his legs, all increase souls. When, you obviously get an increased soul count. So I'm going to try that out for farming later, just to see how things go, and obviously run some numbers and all that junk and see how things go. In my inventory it's all pretty straightforward. Yeah, the Aged Feather is something you collect at the end of the last game, so you get that near the end of the last game, and it's a free homeward bone. So sell up all your homeward bones, sell up everything you don't need, and that's where I'm showing you my inventory. Is all the equipment I have is all maxed out at +10s, and all you'll see is it is only stuff I'll be using. So I like to keep a relatively clean inventory. As you'll see, I'll be selling up quite a lot. Now I know I mentioned less is more is definitely better, but I think for the first couple of videos here I'm going to be talking quite a bit, which is not to my liking, but hey, what do you do? So these guys only come into the game at New Game Plus, and that is a damn shame because they are freaking cool looking. Those Hawks, I didn't give them enough time to be able to see what their movesets are, which is my own damn fault, but I would like to definitely for the next game be able to show you what they can do a bit more. Bloody hurt like a dog as well. They really hurt in New Game Plus. It's a big jump actually between games. When you max out enough that New Game Plus becomes easy, this becomes difficult. All I was doing there was looking at what the medallion was that I picked up, and it's mainly just an offering for one of the Covenants. so these dogs won't actually attack you. Welcome to New Game Plus, where there's phantoms everywhere. And by everywhere I mean, now they pop up every now and again. They're not that difficult, these ones. All you gotta do is just kind of dodge when they have a swing at you, and you can just take them out pretty easily, like what I'm doing here. So everyone's favourite first enemy, the troll. Is this guy a troll or a giant? He's definitely not a giant. I'd call him a troll. Even kind of like an ogre type thing. So here come the overpowered greater lightning spears, and by overpowered I mean not in this game. They're not. Troll. That's where you pick up the stone ring, which is the poise break. Very, very, very useful. And some gold pine resin, which, hey, lightning on a weapon is very, very good. As if you've played Demon Souls and or Dark Souls, you'll know how damn good that is. I'm going to be cutting through all the cutscenes, as you're about to see in a second. But I guess I should probably give you just some small amount of background on me. As you can tell by the accent, I am Australian, representing down under, as you do. Actually from Melbourne, Victoria. Not really going to say which suburb. Not right now, we're not on that kind of friendship. So I have played Demon Souls, I've finished Demon Souls, I've played Dark Souls, I have not finished Dark Souls, which is actually very kind of interesting. Demon Souls was relatively difficult until you find out how to play the bloody game properly, which is by learning the mechanics of the fights, learning where to go, because there are certain areas that are well overpowered for what you should be and where you should be going. And, you know, moving into Dark Souls 2, I did play blind. However, I did also watch a couple of playthroughs to learn the fights, mainly boss fights, to be able to get through them. And just like the other games, the trash leading up to the bosses is always more difficult than the boss themselves. Apart from Vendrick, I haven't been able to kill Vendrick, as I mentioned, so yeah, I've collected 4 giant souls. I haven't killed the Asian Dragon, perhaps something I should actually do, but if I was to do it, I probably wouldn't do it in the plus new game. I'd probably just do it on a standard game, or New Game Plus, because I actually did find myself becoming relatively overpowered, as I mentioned. Yeah, you know, I've finished Demon Souls, I've finished Dark Souls 2, I have got Dark Souls. I will actually, I have messed around with it, to be honest with you, just really quickly, to see if I could, actually, if I could play it, or if I had improved at all from playing this one and Demon Souls. And yes, actually, I've noticed that if I rush things, I will still die. If I play like a noob, I will die like a noob, basically. Okay, so there is an idea to the chaos here. You know, there is a reason why I'm doing all of this, and the first one is these little birdies. That basically what you need to do is drop yourself and smoke your smooth and silky stones. Excuse me, and by that when I go back into it, you click on it and you go leave, choose one, yes, drop, go through that. Go through all the dialogue, and then you can pick up whatever stone it is they drop. They could drop anything from you know, enhancement stones like bleed or lightning or dark or any of those, to titanite items. I think they're just shards, large ones I believe. Human effigies, some bloody cracked red eye, cracked blue eye orbs, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's pretty good. There's no need to use those stones, so if you can get a free shard out of it, then hey, by all means, why not? Oh yeah, Remember what I mentioned a little while ago about New Game Plus having phantoms? Yeah. When I look down, don't you just love that in the tutorial area? Hey, let's throw a phantom in there. Apart from the other two I'd obviously killed earlier. But going back to just a little bit about me, you know, I have a full-time job. I have a fiance whom I'll be marrying next year. I play games for a living. I watch games online, basically playthroughs from guys like DSP to Epic Name Bro, especially Epic Name Bro. Not trying to hype anything, you know, not like I would, you know, throw any kind of free advertising out there or anything. Check out his channel, by the way. For example, it's been his videos I was watching to go through the walkthroughs. He's just very, very, very knowledgeable with the lore, and it's just really, really interesting, which has been really great to watch. A really great experience. So by watching those videos, I've been able to better myself as a player in this game. But at the end of the day, you know, watching someone play and then you actually doing it are completely different, and the game changes a lot when you basically pick up the controller and start playing yourself. So, you know, kudos to those guys. DSP, mainly I watch him for the entertainment value, and to, you know, he'd know that as well. Everything's all about character online, and my somewhat monotone trying not to have a monotone voice, but I do have a very, very static voice sometimes. I haven't got that kind of character. But here's the best weapon in the game, no joke, Handmaid's Ladle. Oh joy, that's the only reason why you kill those two, is you'll end up getting the ladle. So basically, it's an ordinary kitchen ladle. If you use this, you basically shouldn't use it unless you should be in the kitchen. I'm gonna leave that one alone, maybe. So, Majula. As I mentioned, I will be skipping stuff, so if you want to see scenery, buy the damn game yourself. Support FromSoft, you know, give them the support. They really, really deserve it for these brilliant, brilliant, brilliant looking games and brilliant playing games. And we'll also see a little bit of scenery later on as well when I pick up the Hallberg. Anyway, also when it comes to me picking up items, it's going to be really quick. So that was a Morning Star and the Cleric's Sacred Chime. That's where you get those two if you don't want to buy the chime, basically from an NPC later on, whose name leaves me at the moment. And that kind of sucks, because I really should know who that is. So anyway, the whole point of this video right here is a really quick introduction. You go through the introduction area, pick up the ladle. And that's just because I wanted to. And you start talking to this lady right here.
take this.
And later on she'll start leveling you up for all that sort of junk. But that's where I leave the video around here. I think I mess around a little bit in this area, but you know, nothing serious.
So that
leading up to the next videos, I will be doing the... I keep forgetting his name. I keep wanting to call him the Penetrator, or the Persuader, or the Pursuer. He might even be called the Pursuer. This is the guy that I killed to drop the gear that increases the amount of souls you collect. Or that equipment I saw at the start that I showed you, which was the entire set. So basically what I'm doing for him is to get him to bring some awesome new stuff that I'll be able to buy from him. You know, mainly because now it's just so I can have it in my inventory to sell it later. There's no real need for any of this, but basically you just buy one of everything, and then he goes, oh, I'm nice and, you know, plentiful now in my wallet. So, you know, he starts sitting back, he gets all cocky, he's like, oh yeah bro, no issues here mate, we're all doing fine, nice and rich, don't worry about it. This chest actually has something different this time around. The Moon Butterfly Shield. This actually has like 3 Titanite shards in a standard game. So the Moon Butterfly Shield is pretty useless except for the fact of how it looks. It looks awesome sauce. And I actually have the rest of the gear too, which he starts selling in New Game Plus. So check that out. Yeah. I need to get the weapon from somewhere. There needs to be a weapon for that. Basically, the gear poisons foes and lets you jump longer distances, which is pretty useless, but hey, whatever. It looks pretty cool. So anyway, back to it. Yeah, the next video I will be going after the Pursuer. I killed him the first time, so I didn't have to kill him up in his normal area, and I killed the giant, the last giant, who is the first official boss in the game. I will go through the walkthroughs for that. I will actually explain how to do those fights. So what I'm doing here is I think trying to find my equipment, but I'm just being a bit of a tool. That's the end of the first video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon, where we'll start killing lots and lots and lots.